Ottawa Business Journal's coverage of the COVID-19 pandemic. My name is Michael Curran, the publisher of the Ottawa Business Journal. OBJ is conducting a series of video panel discussions with local business experts and CEO. Today, we speak to the CEO of one of Ottawa's most innovative and exciting global companies, a company with a large local workforce and an international list of blue chip clients. Our guest today was OBJ and the Ottawa Board of Trade's CEO of the Year in 2016. Please welcome David Ross of Ross Video. Welcome, David.
Hey, Michael. Good to see you again.
David, I hope you're doing well. I understand that you're quarantined for one more day at home, so you'll soon be out in a proper way out there in the world.
Not that much. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the idea of coming home for quarantine is a good thing because you end up deciding you get used to it and you realize it's actually a good way for everybody to be.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, as you will continue to follow the social distancing rules. As we all are right now. So, David, I really do hope that people in OBJ's audience have a great sense of what Ross Video is. It's a company that continues to fascinate me. You know what you've continued to do. But in case there is anyone out there in the audience that isn't that familiar with Ross Video, give us kind of a 1-minute overview of the company.
Sure. In general, we provide the products and the services for large live video production events. So we're about 830 people. The last time I looked, still is, which is also nice to know.
Good.
And we have probably about 300 people here in Ottawa. We have another 250 doing manufacturing of our products an hour south in a little town called Iroquois on the St. Lawrence River. And then we have about another 100 people in the United States doing everything from R&D to sales and tech support. And then we have another 100 people easily all around the world. Our customers are people that are doing high-end video. They're in the business of being famous. You know pretty much all of our customers. So, when you see the Oscars happening, that's using, Ross Video equipment. If you go to a major stadium for the big screens, we're in most of those, certainly across North America and around the world. News broadcasters are definitely, there's probably very few news broadcasters that don't use Ross Video equipment anywhere in the world. We ship to 100 countries every single year. So, and the technologies that we use is everything from software to hardware to robotics to cloud technologies, and we even have to put all that together, and we have our own production trucks in the United States. So we do something like 1,000 sporting events and things like that a year, and we've got 7 trucks, and we're building the number 8 as well that it just does the production using Ross equipment. So it's a busy company.
It's a busy company, and that's a great segue into the next question, specifically when you talk about live sporting events or stadiums, which are 2 of the venues that would use Ross equipment. So tell us about how the global pandemic is impacting your company.
Well, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had the next 6 weeks was absolutely solid. Every single truck we had was on the road, and today, 0. Absolutely no sporting events. There's we're trying to build the pipeline up, but every time another month goes by, the pipeline dries up. So they're part of the Ross lifeboat right now. We're taking care of them, and they're busy building the next trucks. They're learning our products better. We've got them all doing useful things, but that's a great example. I think the whole industry of live production around the world. There's certainly some core people that are employed, and then there's a huge number of freelancers around the world, camera operators, instant replay operators, directors. They're completely out of work right now. And our crewing department has certainly been hearing some hard luck stories very, very quickly. On the stadium side of things, they're pretty empty as well, obviously. From the business side of things, it's not as bad because usually if they're doing a project like we're doing the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles right now, that's the biggest stadium ever built. It's a $5 billion stadium. It was a multi-million dollar project for Ross. That's going forward. That's funded and it's basically almost like construction down there, and they're accepting our shipments, which is good.
It's good. That's good to hear that some people continue. And I wanted to ask, many of the companies in Ottawa's high tech sector have international clients. Your clients really are many of the blue chip clients. If you were to look outside of our little bubble here in Ottawa to get a sense of what is happening from an economic perspective in other cities or with some of your larger clients, what are some of the things you're hearing from them?
Pretty much the same things that we're hearing here at home. Everywhere I go, every conference I have, everybody is working at home. Doesn't seem to matter what country it is, or what market that they're working in, which is good. Yeah, I think the message has really gotten sunk in around the world to this. I don't know if there's ever been a global effort like this on anything. I mean,
Yes.
there's been world wars, but we've never all been on the same side of one.
Hmm. That's such an interesting point, by the way, David. It's maybe a little bit of a silver lining. And speaking of opportunities, and I'm not suggesting that Ross is going to be opportunistic in when we're all dealing with a global pandemic, but there might be some business opportunities, new ones that arise out of a global situation like this. So maybe give me a sense of that.
Yeah, one of the things that started to come up was it turns out that not every company CEO is going to want to be like us, having a conference in his basement, and present the image such as it is. But it goes beyond that as well, because there's a lot of trade shows, conventions, product launches, things like that normally they would fill a convention center, do huge product announcements and things like that, and they can't. And then they can't do that in the basement either, but they don't want to get more than 2 or 5 people to make this huge international event happen. So one of the types of products that we make are green screen products that do virtual and augmented reality. So we're using video game type technology at the core of what it is, and we can put anybody anywhere they want live in real time, and make it look like they're in a vast space, and they may basically be in a corner of a room in front of a green screen. And I know that the customers, the big blue chip customers that we and our partners have been talking to, have been extremely excited about the fact that maybe their image can be saved in this.
That's great because, as you point out, there are, especially as weeks and months roll out, there are some companies that will need to maintain a certain schedule. For example, around the launch of new technology products or something like that. So there will be a need for some of those companies to go forward. Of course, not as you indicated in a giant auditorium with 5,000 people, but they need to maintain a certain launch, for example, of new smartphones or some sort of other technology.
Yes, absolutely, and we're there for them. And so that's kind of a business that didn't exist a month ago, not to this extent. And I think a lot of our other customers as well are coping with working from home and need extra equipment to make that happen.
In David, in the few minutes we have left here, I wanted to pivot the discussion a little bit and focus maybe what I'll generally refer to as leadership. So, um, as I indicated before, you were our CEO of the year. We're very proud of that, and you've had lots of opportunities to speak to our audience before, both through journalism and at live events. If you're a CEO out there in Ottawa, you're being challenged like you have never before. You know, there is a dizzying amount of change and data coming at these CEOs. How are you, as one of the highest profile CEOs in Ottawa, establishing priorities or sorting through this? What are you doing personally to be an effective CEO?
Well, I think the first thing is to take people as your number one concern. And if we can deal with the people side of things, then we can deal with the company side of things. This isn't, leadership isn't necessarily standing out there and telling everybody what to do. I mean, there's a lot of good ideas in our company. Our senior leadership team has been phenomenal in this, and even more, sometimes the unsung heroes of a company are human resources. And right now, this is the place where human resources really steps up, and the advice that they've given us, how fast they've moved, looking at government programs, making sure, sorting through the incredible number of government programs and the change and the churn that's been going on. It's got to be a team effort for sure. But from the point of view of, for us, we listen to what the government's been saying, and they want to keep people employed. And so even before they had the 75% numbers, which we haven't needed to use yet, we're not in that category at this point. We did decide to go for a 4-day week with 80% pay, or you could work 6 hours and work 5 days. We made it completely flexible, recognizing as well that a lot of people have kids at home. They have a lot more obligations, a lot more challenges, and I think some of them were feeling like they were failing a little bit because they couldn't put in the full day's work and deal with their family issues at the same time. So it was a real win-win situation. I mean, we never once really thought about layoffs. We thought about, how do we solve this? And when we brought it to the employees of the company all around the world, it was so well received that I almost put a tear in my eye. Actually, it was everybody cared about making sure that the company was safe and that people in the company were safe.
That's great. I mean, that clearly speaks to the culture that Ross is building. So, it's that work on culture and HR, as you said, is really paying dividends for Ross these days. So maybe the last question, and then we'll wrap things up, David. Do you have any leadership tips for local CEOs? Again, something that might be motivational or practical tip into how they should be thinking or leading their companies these days?
Well, it's certainly about communication. There's a lot of scared people. Even when they look like they're not scared, you have a private conversation. They've got a lot of concerns. They've got a lot of family that they're worried about. They know somebody that's sick. There, things like that. I certainly do. And so first, be understanding that people are fragile right now. Make sure that people are clearly understanding what the company is doing. Open book management right now is probably an extremely important thing to do. The rumors of how your company is doing is probably always worse than the reality. And if the reality is bad, people need to know and prepare and work with them as well. And they may have suggestions that you never thought of. The other side of things is it's not just about communication from the senior team down to the managers. It's between the employees. The employees need to feel the camaraderie that they had before. I know that we have a competition right now online about who has the funniest work at home pictures, and we're all liking and voting on them, and it's hilarious and it's uplifting. We're all in it together. We have I know that certainly our HR team initiated a Friday afternoon happy hour, and so I'm not drinking alone at home in my basement. I have friends on the screen. And you know what? They had a great time, and things like that can really bring people together, and that bubbles up as much as it comes down from the top.
Yeah. Well, listen, David, thank you so much. I appreciate that you have lots of demands in your time. So you made some time for us. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing those thoughts. Hopefully helpful to local CEOs. I did want to point out that Ottawa Business Journal is doing a lot of coverage, almost exclusive coverage on how COVID-19 is affecting the local economy. For more videos and ongoing coverage, people can visit OBJ.ca website and check us out on YouTube, where this and other videos will reside. Thanks again, David. Good luck to Ross Video, your team. And as I say sometimes, we'll see you on the other side.
Good luck to you too, Michael. Okay. Thanks.
Cheers. All right.